morning, everyone. My name's Derek McPherson. I'm the president and CEO of Gold79 Mines. We are an exploration stage gold company in the Southwest U.S., and so I will be making some forward-looking statements with this presentation. Why Gold79? I think there's probably four reasons why I joined this company about a year ago and why I've put a substantial amount of my own net worth into it. First is I think we have multi-million ounce potential. I inherited 3 projects, all that had over 100 drill holes. All that then, those 100 drill holes, we put good science behind and develop multi-kilometer anomalies with golden soil and geophysical anomalies that go with them. Those 100 historic holes on each project have returned economic grades, or good to great grades, as I like to call them. It's the kind of thing that you can turn into a mine with success. And because we're in Arizona and Nevada, those are places you can actually build a mine. I think the third point is that we have strong insider ownership. Individually, myself, the chairman, the CFO, we own the biggest chunks of the company. I said I've only been there a year, and I'm going to own north of 6% of the company when we close the current financing. And then I guess that fourth reason is that we're not unlike a lot of exploration companies, we're not a one-hit wonder. We don't have one project that if it doesn't work out, that we're left for dead. We have 2 projects that we're working. One is Gold Chain in Arizona, where we're going to spend a lot of our time and money. Second is Tip Top, which is in Nevada. Plus now we're partnered with 2 major mining companies. We have an option deal on our Jefferson Canyon project with Kinross, which we just signed, and they're the lead order in our current financing. And then we also have a joint venture with Agnico Eagle in Nunavut. I'm not going to talk about the Nunavut project, but here. Just quickly through this, and you can see our capital markets profile on your own after and look at the details, but I think this is pro forma our current financing. Again, management's maintaining their interest around 18%, and Kinross is coming in and will be 4.5% of the company once everything's all said and done. Importantly, this is really transformed. When I took over the company, it was almost entirely high net worth and retail, and now I can say pretty comfortably that I've got 40% of the stock in friendly hands, which I think is really important. I'm going to, just for the sake of time, I'm going to sort of glaze over this, but one thing I would say about our management and directors is that we have a really diverse group. We have both a combination of, and for our stage of company, we have a combination of finance and capital markets professionals. People have a lot of corporate experience, people have a lot of experience finding things, and people have a lot of experience funding companies. And I think that that's a good mix for a company that has a 5 million market cap. So here are 3 projects in the Southwest U.S. We have our Gold Chain project I'm going to talk about first, Jefferson Canyon, which we've just optioned to Kinross, and then obviously our Tip Top project as well. These are all in the Walker Lane trend. They're all low sulfidation epithermal gold targets. I think for small companies, I think the focus is, chasing Carlin is, well, there is a big prize there. It's very expensive to get there, whereas with low sulfidation epithermal, you can do a lot of damage with a little bit of money, and I think that's the key, and that's what we're planning to do into 2023 with our treasury. First, we'll talk about our Gold Chain project, and this is the image from the front cover. This is a picture of our project, and you can see there is past workings here. This was something that was mined at the turn of the century, and so there's a reason that the old timers were there. A lot of people say that you can't find a gold project in North America that you trip over anymore. We would argue to disagree, and this is one of them. This has been a pretty active camp. The large producer in the area, I'll put that in quotes, is Elevation Mining with the Moss Mine. They produce about 50,000 ounces a year. Their reserves and resources are about 500,000 ounces at half a gram. What we're seeing is we have similar scale, we have better scale potential and better grade potential, and so that's certainly an opportunity. The other thing that's important here is both the Moss Mine and Gold Road were put back into production in the last 5 years in this camp, and so it's certainly a place where if you find something, you can turn it into a mine, and I think that's a key thing that's important when looking at projects. I'm going to dig into the projects now. And so what we describe this as is a large-scale, low-sulfidation epithermal system. And what happened is that we started with the sort of eastern half of that project, sort of starting at where that arrow ends on the sort of in the middle, right above Banner. And as we were doing prep for our first drill program, which we executed last year, my VPX identified this large. The rocks we were looking for, which is a series of rhyolite dikes that have quartz in the mineralizing fluids and placed in them, he identified it over a huge area. That's a 10-kilometer trend that crosses through 3 sets of patented lands, and that's what we call, that's one of our styles of targets. And then additionally, we have what is the Tyro mine, and then the Sunset veins, which are to the south, and that is the second style of targets. And so what we spent a lot of time in 2021 doing, rather than, and a lot of our money in 2021 doing, is building this land package. And so we had the eastern portion, basically everything from that edge arrow to the west we have acquired in 2021, including all 3 sets of patented claims, which I think is an important element. So what has happened is as we've done this work and we've acquired these claims, is that the core of our work has shifted from, sort of the eastern half to what we call now the core of the project, which is in and around these patented claims. Again, when claims get patented in the US, they're patented because there were mines there and people were building mines on them. And so, there's tons of old workings on these sites. And so our focus in 2021, we drilled, we had our first small drill program, and I think we had really good success for what we drilled. Hit 3 meters at 10 grams and 13 meters at 2.5 at Banner on a target called the Red Hill Ledge. And then at Tyro, hit 21 meters at 2 grams. That's right at the north end of the project. And we're a small company and we're pretty nimble in how we approach things. And what we did is we basically signed that deal on Friday and we're drilling on Saturday on that target. We'd done enough surface work that we knew where we wanted to drill. Additionally, it sticks out of the ground, and so you can take a shot at it. In 2022, about 400 meters, in 2022, about 400 meters from that drilling, we undertook a underground sampling campaign. There are some open workings at Tyro, and if you want to come see that in detail, it's not in this presentation because it's the short time, but you come see that in detail at my booth 44. We hit 25 meters at 2.5 grams, 400 meters away, starting to demonstrate that continuity. And now this year, the plan is with the financing we're closing, there's another 1,000 meters of drilling. Focuses at the south end of Tyro there, and we want to demonstrate that 2 grams, that 1.5 to 2 gram potential over a kilometer. And you start to look at that down to 150 meters, you can start to wrap your head around a resource and a grade that's bigger than our partner, or than the producer in the area. However, when we executed that drill program in 2021, we didn't own the Sheep Trail block. It's something that we bought right at the beginning of this year. It's probably the best targets on the property. Exceptionally high grade. There's 10 plus 10 gram samples on that. And obviously it's at the corner of a major structural flexure. If you look at this, that North Oatman trend has that big bend in it on the elbow. The elbow is right there, and we've gotten a number of high-grade samples there, including 51 grams a ton off the surface. The vein in the structure is what the old-timers mined, the reason it became patented, and we're going to set up and drill underneath that, and then drill underneath where we think that 31-gram sample came from as well. And so it's a real opportunity for us to hit high grade. And while I'm excited about Tyro and it could create an underpinning resource, what we're after here is a 2 to 3 million ounce deposit, and I think we have the scale potential to actually deliver that. At your leisure, you can take a look at what we've some of the historical or some of the holes that we've drilled at Goldchain. Our other project, and this is the one we've just optioned to Kinross, is Jefferson Canyon. And I think with 2 minutes left, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, but the key thing here is that we're 7 kilometers from Round Mountain. It was always my view that this project would end up in Kinross's hands. It was just a matter of when. And in the current market, that's where this was a good deal for us. And I think the key thing on this deal with Kinross is committed to spend about $1 million US before they earn an interest in the project, between an investment in Gold79, money they're going to put in the ground. However, in order to get an interest in the project, they have to pay us $5 million US. We're a $5 million market cap Canadian company, and so that's 1.5 times our current market cap for that first payment. And if they elect to go to 80%, it's $10 million US, which is about 3 times our current market cap. And so this work that they're going to do, the $600,000 they're going to invest, is stuff that we'll benefit from. We'll still own the project, but if they decide to proceed, it's a significant move for us. And the reason that they're interested, there's 145 drill holes in this project. There's a 4 square kilometer golden soil anomaly. You get a number of high grades. You get some high grade kickers in large low grade dissemination, very similar to Round Mountain. And then our third project is Tip Top. We haven't done as much work on Tip Top over the last 1.5 years because we are a smaller company. That's probably going to change going forward. 154 drill holes with some spectacular grades, 18 meters at 20 grams, 18 meters at 16 grams, 18 meters at 15 grams. Some of those are drilled at a steep angle to the vein, but very good. We then took those drill holes, again, put some science behind it, did a soil program. Now I have a large-scale golden soil anomaly, 5 kilometers long, that sits on top of those 154 drill holes where we had success. So what to expect from us going forward? We're going to be drilling at Gold Chain. We're going to be drilling. Kinross will be drilling at Jefferson Canyon probably in the spring of next year. Continue start advancing tip-top towards a maiden drill program, and we'll have our summer drill results from our Greyhound JV with Agnico Eagle and Nunavut. And with that, thank you very much.